So let's hear it from topper itself. So I welcome RISHAB BANSAL sir. Yeah, sir, please.
Good morning, everyone. And first of all, I would like to thank you, Mr. Srinivas sir and Manoj sir, for giving me the opportunity to share my story of how I traversed through this journey of SSC CGL exam. And thank you, sir, for your golden words. I think you both have enlightened the students very well. And I would also take some time to share my strategy and my story also. And before that, a little bit about my background. So basically, I completed my graduation in 2017 from IIT Delhi in mechanical engineering. And afterwards, I joined this company called Wipro through campus placements. And I, I worked there for 2.5 years, like till end of 2019, I would say. But yeah, I was always having this goal in my mind of, getting a government job and to be specific for UPSC. So basically, everyone can understand English here. Okay, thank you. So my goal always was there to crack this exam for UPSC. And I was thinking about this exam in fourth year also, because I have always heard that college is the best time to start for any exam. But you know what? I did this graduation, I did this degree of engineering. So I always have this thing also in mind, never to waste any resources. And that is the reason I took a job in the same sector for which I was, doing studying for last 4 years. So that is why I thought that let's give it first a try and then I will look for UPSC or maybe with job also. But yeah, after joining this job, and fortunately my job in Wipro IT was in Bangalore only. So I have been in Bangalore for last like from 2017 to 2020. So I really didn't find much, I would say, like according to my potential, the work was not there, I would say. So basically, I was feeling like not very comfortable doing that job. So I again switched back to again, as I said, for my UPSC journey. And I was always having this thing in my mind that I will do it for full time. So I quit my job in end of 2019 and then I started for UPSC full time. And afterwards, from 2020, like before the time of COVID, and till now, I was preparing for UPSC full time. But as we all know that the journey is very unpredictable of UPSC exams. Things can go, maybe anything. If one thing can go wrong, then your entire exam will hamper, or anything can happen in this journey. And I was always having again this thing in my mind that I should not at all like quit anything. If I have come this far, I should utilize the resources again to check what is suitable for me. So I again, like in 2022 end, I came across this exam called SSC also. And I find that this exam very much suits my potential, as well as, as far as I have prepared for my exam in UPSC, I won't find it much difficult to go for this exam also. So I choose this exam because again I wanted to come in government job only. That was my vision, and that is still my vision. So here I am, and then I started preparing for this exam. Like the tier 1 was in December 6, 2022. So for tier 1, I didn't do much preparation, to be honest. I just did some textbook test, full as well as mock test. But afterwards, for tier 2, yes, I prepared for 1 month fully. And afterwards, I just got this rank of 2, as you can see, 2614. And I'm posted as of now as excise and CGST inspector and customs. And my location is again in Bangalore only. And the exact location will about to become in the coming 15 days. So basically, my journey with SSC, I would say as of now, until now, is not very long. But I can tell you my story as to how I go through it, what I did for this. And I know, as Manoj sir has already said, everybody has their own story, everybody has their own strategies. One strategy might not work for again, but I would just say whatever part of my story maybe work for you, you can take that, or else you can also leave that. It's not a big issue. But yeah, so basically, I would say let's start with tier one. I think everybody is here for SSC, right? You are for banking, right? But solely, I would take as of today mostly SSC journey. Though I have already written RBI exam also, but that is still in progress. So I would mostly say here about SSC exam only. So basically, this tier one and tier two, there are two, as you have always already aware about that, right? The syllabus part also, and I think there are only two tiers as of now. But along with that, there are some compulsory sections also. Some computer test you have to give, and this typing test, DEST, that we say, right? So let's start with tier one. I think the syllabus and structure you are aware of, right? Like how many questions are there? There are 100 questions in tier one, and there are four sections: English, GK, reasoning, and quant. Yes. So I think, and the ANIZADE has doing enough for you. I'm pretty much sure to get you aware about the basic knowledge and the basic resources also. So basically, what I did for tier one is, since it was very short time before I came across this exam of SSC CGL, I just filled the form, and afterwards, I was waiting for my UPSC mains result actually. But when this result came out, I had like 2, 3, 4 days before that, and I prepared. Like what I did is best. I always feel like before starting any exam, you must always check the syllabus. But more than that, you should always give it a try, any test. You should not worry about like how much marks you will score or whatever. But I think whenever you give a test, it subconsciously it will give you an idea like whether you are made for this or not, at least. It's not about the marks, how many marks you are getting. So basically, I always start with test, anything. And when I gave the first test, I realized that maybe I can sail it through in the first attempt for tier one, because my marks were like around 120 to 130 from 200. So for tier one, what I did is I gave 10 tests before exams. It's only 1 hour of duration, and I continuously gave tests, and that's how I was like scoring around decent marks. I would say like 100 to 150 range, I would say. And that this year I was fortunate enough that the vacancies were also very much. So that's how the tier one cutoff also got impacted, and I got around 126 marks in the tier one. Usually the cutoffs for UR goes about 126 or maybe 130 or 140. But as I told you, the vacancies were very much, and I didn't had much time. So that's how I sailed through it. Afterwards, I was very happy to see, first time, like in the first time I cracked the exam at first go. That was like very motivating for me. So I tried really hard this time to crack for tier two. And as far as the, again, the syllabus is concerned, English, GK, reasoning, and quant. As you know, I have been preparing for UPSC. So my CSET, I think we all know, right? The paper 2 of prelims in UPSC is CSET. That mostly covers English, comprehension, and reasoning and quant. So, and GK, I think UPSC aspirant can easily tackle the GK part also, because mostly it is like last 6 months current affairs only. So I was referring this Vision IS booklets for UPSC, and through that I was able to solve this GK part also in the tier one. So that is how it was. But yeah, after tier one, like there was when the results came out, it was probably around 8th February, I would say. 8th February 2023, the results of tier one came out, and they gave only like 25 days. The exam was in 3rd March, 3rd to 6th March, something around that. So I just realized that I have to work day in, day out, no matter what. As Manoj sir has already said, discipline and consistency. Here it worked for me, because I was resolved that no matter what, I will do work hard day in, day out to crack this exam in 25 days, because in life you never know how much time it gives you. Sometimes it gives you more time, sometimes it gives you less, but you have to prioritize things accordingly and make your day count. So that's how it was. And for that portion, I would again say, since I got to know from tier 1 that my basics are already clear, my basics are very good. So again, I started with test book, but yeah, this time the scores was very varied. I'm hoping you all are aware about tier 2 structure also. But let me again recall. The English consists of 45 questions, and the GK part consists of 25 questions, and reasoning and maths together consists of 60 questions, 30 each. All questions are of 3 marks and with a negative of 1/3 also, like -1. So it totals around 390, right? So I started with full length mock, and in the first test I got 210 marks, and I knew that this will not gonna work for me. So again, but I checked the where I'm going wrong. I checked where I'm going wrong, and to my surprise, I got to know that majorly it is either time problem, because they give first hour for English and sorry for reasoning and maths together. For 60 questions they give 1 hour, and and for the next 70 questions they give 1 hour for English and GK. So basically, where I was lacking is in the speed for reasoning and quant. And this is very obvious because in competitive exams like these, I think majority of the problem is not with the preparation, not with the syllabus. Everybody knows the basics also. Everybody knows, because let me tell you, if you will all have gone through the syllabus part also, it's mostly, though it is exam after graduation, combined graduate level, but it will not be like too much to say that if you have a grasp till 12th syllabus also, you will be able to at least solve more than half questions in reasoning and quant also, because somewhere somehow we have encountered those topics previously also, like geometry is there and trigonometry is there. But the main problem here is the speed, as I'm saying, and that comes with practice. So what I followed is, since I got to know that my first part is weak, that 60-minute section, so now I started sectional tests, because then also you will get to know individual speed also, in which section you are lacking, in what you need to do. And to my surprise, I gave 20 tests one by one, but still the score was just improving like 1.5, 2. But I knew that eventually I will reach there. Like in the beginning, out of 180, I was getting around 100, 110. But to the till I gave the 15th or 16th test, my score improved to 30, 40 marks. Like I was able to reach the maximum of 155. Why I'm saying these, very small things is, sometimes when we see less score in our mocks, we think that we need to go back to our books, we need to again grasp the syllabus or something. But let me tell you, as far as my story goes, I think for SSC exam, once you have cleared the basics, the only thing you require is the formula book and your short tricks. Along with that, lot of practice. The moment you start doing, doesn't matter the marks are coming less, you will eventually get, with practice we can always increase 30 to 40 marks. We don't realize this very often, that if we are getting out of 180, let's say 100 marks, we need to study more. No, you need to study if you are getting less than 100. Then there might be problem that the basics are weak. But I think if we are getting more than 100, a decent score, more than 50%, sometimes it's just speed and how you manage the exam and in which condition or which environment you give the exam. Like sometimes we give at home. Mostly we are like staying at home. So some disturbances might be there here and there. So we need to find our best place and give it a best shot. So that's how I, did for this quant and reasoning part. And eventually I was able to get 150, 160 score. Though people also get in mocks only 170, 175. But I knew I have reached my apex level and the time was also less. So I need to focus on this GK as well as English part also. We cannot forget that though we will get more time, 70 questions you will be able to solve in 40 minutes if you are prepared enoughly. But still, I think we need to give mocks, or we need to revise our notes also, and we need to give adequate time to every question, because we cannot take any question on ego, because every question will give us same marks, and every question will be there for preparation only for rank. And you will be surprised, like the competition is such that, like, my final score was around 325, 324 out of 390. And if I would have gotten 3 4 more marks, or maybe even one more marks, the rank will reduce by 200, 300. And 1 mark, and if you solve one more question correct, you get 4 marks. Why? 3 for the correct, and 1 for the one you have already lost in the negative marking. So negative marking also plays a very, very much role here. But one question can make you in the list, or maybe out of your dream job, whatever you are aspiring for. So that is how my journey goes. And again, then after finishing this GK and English portion also, though I gave only 5 6 tests for English and GK, because I was scoring pretty decent in that, I again came back to the main, the whole length test, because eventually that is what we have to tackle. Sometimes giving a 1 hour test is easier compared to 2 hour test, because we put our whole energy in 1 hour test, and then we get exhausted, we get time also. But when we give the whole length test, that will give us the real picture also, as to how much you can go constantly looking for screen, because this is an online exam. So that is how it is. And you know what, I mostly relied on textbook platform for this, in fact entirely, I would say. And I think the NESA also has some tie-up with textbook platform, so it's a very good thing when I listen to this thing. So textbook will, I think, we for beginners, it's very good platform. It will give you enough insights. It will give you question wise timings also, how much time you are taking in each and every question. So that really helped me to see like where I am going wrong, which question I'm giving more time that I should not give. And one more thing I would like to highlight for quant and reasoning part. Sometimes we take questions on ego. I like, at least for me it was there. Like, let's say some topic which we know very well. The question is from that topic, and when we solve that question, let's say the answer is not coming. It's already been 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, but we still keep on trying sometimes. I think you all must have faced this thing in life somewhere, that no, this topic is my strong topic, I will do it, how can it happen? But this is where you need to calm down. This is where you need to turn on the page and go to the next question. This is very important, otherwise the time management will hamper, and because of one question you might lose 3 4 more questions also. So in the textbook mocks, I would say in the beginning I was like, as I told you, in the first mock I got 210, but afterwards I was getting around 230, 240, 250, this range only. But eventually I was able to reach, again through mocks only, I was able to make my score improvement by 50 60 marks. And in the final run I was able to somehow got 300 plus also. But again, not beyond that. Though I know people score 350 plus also, but again, because of lack of time, and I knew my strengths and weaknesses also, and I knew that the textbook level is a bit hard compared to the real exam. So I will definitely be able to score a bit more if I will be, focused. And I think in the real exam also, I scored around that marks only, which I got in textbook also. So I think it is a very good simulation of exam also. If you people will say, it's just, I think, 10 to 20% more level compared to exam, not more than that. So it's a very good platform to have some practice on. And if you people would like to listen about the computers and DEST also, I can share some insights, and afterwards we can take questions also, right? So should I go on? Okay. So basically, after this compulsory exams, right? Sometimes we take it very light that computers we must have done somewhere in our classes. They will ask just normal questions, simple questions. I agree with that. But mostly since I was referring to this test book only, they also have this compulsory paper also given. So when I gave the test, I was every time the cutoff there was around 30%, not more than that. But you will be surprised to, or maybe you also know that for this Group B higher posts, for inspector post and all, I think the cutoff are bit higher, not 30%. I am just mostly talking in with UR only. It goes till 40% also to 45% also. Let's say the safest is 50%. We will take as 50%. Like out of 60 marks, we need to have at least 30 marks. So 30 I was not getting in any of the test book tests. Though even I graduated also, I have also done, in Wipro also, I was doing this computers only as a software engineer. But they don't ask those questions, as you will also see in the mock test also. They will ask very general or generic questions. Maybe we might have encountered that in our 6th to 12th class, but we must have forget those things, those basic things. That's how it goes. For that, I refer only one material. This RBE by Revolution. There was some booklet of 60, 70 pages in which the entire CPT was given according to the SSC syllabus. But I think as far as the reviews goes on, the book was good and I was able to grasp it in 5-6 hours in the very first time, and afterwards 2-3 readings. That was very much sufficient, and before exam you can also again have a look, or maybe you can make your short notes also. It won't take much time. But yes, don't do it before the exam, not making. If you want to do it in advance, because then we tend to skip compulsory parts. We don't get time, we get anxiety. No, we have to score very well also. So that's how it goes. But again, computers, as I said, I think you can follow any book which you want, but which have this thing ki it is made for SSC. Because I have tried after that 3-4 books, because again I am writing this mains exam also, SSC. Like the results are about to come. So I again got to know that all the books are mostly same. You just have to know in computers that which book you want to follow. Mostly the reference material is same. In all the books, it's mostly around 60 to 70 pages book, not bulkier. You must not go for 200 pages book or something. So that was all about computers, and I was able to score pretty decent marks of 33 in computers afterwards, though it was more tougher than test book, I would say. Test book has the little bit less, hardness level compared to that exact computer test which I got. So that was it. And for DEST, I think I didn't do much, because typing, I was already in private job. I completed my graduation also. There also I took some computer courses, so I won't find it much hard. But like the basics, you need to have 30 words per minute speed, at least the minimum speed. But I think we should always try for 40 to 45 words per minute. And there are so many online platforms. You can always go and type or anything, like it's given there on any website. But yes, you again must not take it light again, because the accuracy level required is very high. And there was only chances of 5% error, I would say, for UR. And for rest also there was 7% error chances for DEST. So I think we have to type 2000 words in 15 minutes. Sorry, 2000 depressions, key depressions in 15 minutes. And that would come around 32 words per minute. But again, sometimes, and I have seen in my exam itself, some people, they completed 2000 key depressions, and afterwards they didn't know. They didn't ask anyone, and they again write the same paragraph from the beginning. And that's why they got negative marks, or they didn't clear also, some people. Because after finishing the 2000 depressions, you should not do anything. This is that. Whether you finish it in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, or 15 minutes, it's done. We should not do afterwards. The time is there, so I should type again. You should not do these kind of mistakes. Sometimes we don't know. I was also giving the exam for the first time only, but my speed was like around, I completed it in 12 minutes. So afterwards, I just revised whether there is any spelling mistake or anything or not. If you get time, you can always do that. So, but I was sure that the compulsory exam will not hamper my rank. That I was sure of in terms of DEST, but not in terms of computer. Because as I said, my marks were 33. I didn't know what will be the cutoff and all. So that's how it goes around.